Tonight on SUTV News, we'll take a look at new class registration system.
And President Carter discusses the future of first-generation students.
All that and more right now. Thanks for joining us on SUTV News. I'm Avery Quinn.
And I'm Isabella Marcelino. Shippensburg University unveils its new first-generation program in the Office for Students First. The office serves first-generation students from recruitment all the way through graduation. Faculty and staff meet the needs of students who aspire to be the first in their families to obtain a 4-year college degree. With research-based programs and valuable resources, guidance is given to these students through their transition.
And so today I want you to embrace the fact that this university will stand shoulder to shoulder with you. We will wrap our arms around you. We will lift you up. We will bring your families in and help them understand that your journey does not mean turning your back on them, but rather bringing them along with you.
Shippensburg University predicts half of the 2019 first-year students will also be first-generation students. One SHIP student has been named the 2019 Newman Civic Fellow. Junior Margaret Dunkelberger is one of 206 fellows in the nation for her commitment to facing challenges in the SHIP community. A Wood Honors College student and geo-environmental major, Dunkelberger is involved in many activities that help educate the community on sustainability and environmental justice. As president of Students for Environmental Action and Sustainability, Dunkelberger planned a campus-wide Earth Day celebration and is planning the annual Stewardship Week to educate students as well. Dunkelberger's advice? Get out there, she said. Quote, the fellowship is based on the impact I, as a student, have on the university. So, be involved with clubs on campus, events with the community, and absolutely any opportunity you have. Ask yourself, why not? End quote.
The Shippensburg community may soon have another place to grab a cup of joe. Officials recently approved the plan to build a new Starbucks coffee shop in the Shippensburg Shopping Center. Located on Walnut Bottom Road, the Starbucks will include a drive-through concrete patio and a lawn for customers. Township Supervisor Richard Olt said the idea was not original, but when discussions about it started, it began to move ahead. The Starbucks will begin possibly around 2018, but no progress has been made. Construction is expected to start in the coming months. An investigation is underway after a viral video shows a police officer punching a 20-year-old at a weekend party at Widener University. KYWS Matt Petrillo has more.
A weekend of celebrating St. Patrick's Day took a nasty turn for one Brookhaven woman. Viewer video shows a Chester police officer striking 20-year-old Dominique DeFiore Saturday shortly after 5 p.m. After Chester police say they were called to the 900 block of East 16th Street for a reported riot.
Everybody that was partying were pretty much all students, as far as I know.
The incident happening just blocks from Widener University's campus. New video of the partying obtained by Eyewitness News shows the immense crowd around noon Saturday. The Widener student who shot these videos says heavy drinking led to multiple fights. These both broke out 2 houses down from where DeFiore was arrested, and about 10 minutes prior to when police arrived.
Total chaos, absolute chaos, but they're having fun.
Investigators say when police got to the scene, DeFiore struck a police sergeant. In the same viewer video, DeFiore's right arm appears to make contact with the officer's neck before he responds and strikes her in the face.
He's twice the size of her and he couldn't handle her, and then punch her and then tase her on top of that? No, uncalled for.
DeFiore's grandfather believes the officer should be off of the job.
There was no reason for that kind of, she's a kid. If I was there, he'd be laying on the ground.
Chester police not speaking on camera, but Chief James Nolan releasing a statement, quote, no one is currently on any modified administrative or disciplinary duty at this point as a result of this incident. We will work with the Delaware County District Attorney's Office to conduct the police investigation. Nothing causes more problems down the line in these matters than a rush to judgment or action.
Jimmy Carter has the title of former president, But as of today, he has a more impressive title. As of March 21st, Carter is the oldest living former U.S. president in history. Carter is 94 years old and 172 days old, one more day older than former President George H.W. Bush when he died last November. Carter was the 39th president, Georgia's 76th governor, and a Navy veteran. Along with his newest feat, he was also the first president to be born in a U.S. hospital. He was born on October 1st, 1924. Carter is also the recipient of a Nobel Peace Prize and a 3-time Grammy Award winner in the Best Spoken Word Album category for his audiobooks. He is a champion of human rights, establishing the Carter Center in 1982 to promote peace and public health worldwide.
A little boy at last weekend's Hershey Bears game may have made a new reason for Hershey to be called the sweetest place on earth. The Bears may have won that night, but Landon Mack may have stolen the show before the puck even dropped. The 4-year-old Landon bravely stood in front of thousands of hockey fans and sang the national anthem. Let's take a look.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed?
The video of him singing went viral on Facebook, reaching over 1 million views and almost 7,000 likes. How cute is that?
That's just adorable. And just to think, I went to the Hershey Bears game the other day, like two more games earlier. I probably wouldn't got to see him.
No, his little suspenders and everything. Oh, my heart. Well, scheduling for the fall 2019 semester is coming up. SUTV's Nolan Huffman decided to look into the new registration portal for this week's Know Your Ship. Nolan?
Hi, Nolan Huffman here. For this week's segment of Know Your Ship, we dive into the new registration portal for course enrollment and look at what this means going forward as students get ready for the schedule of fall classes. As students get ready for the home stretch of the spring 2019 semester, the new look of the student registration portal has students trying to adjust to the new changes. As expected, there is going to be onlookers who like it and others who just want the older version back. For the new registration portal, there is positives and negatives that come with it. Starting with the positives, everything is in one place, which makes it helpful for students to see everything without clicking around a lot. Another positive that I thought was really helpful was the available seats and position on waiting list feature, which allows students to know exactly how many spots are available in case he or she needs to consider other course options. The negatives? Students who had previously known the past system were hesitant to embrace this new way of doing things, saying that the layout is overly clustered and confusing at times, and it's difficult to know how many sections of each course there are. In which before, it would be grouped under the course number, but now it is just courses listed one after another. Another thing I noticed was the disappearance of My Week at a Glance, which was very helpful to a lot of students since a weekly schedule for the semester was just on one page, and not much of an emphasis for the days of the week, which were significantly smaller on the layout and could be confusing to some students. But just like anything for new things, take time, and they take time to get used to, and it's safe to say the new registration portal is just another example of that. I'm Nolan Hoffman with this week's Know Your Ship. Back to you guys.
When we come back in world news, catching a New York burglary suspect was a breeze.
And people around the world are over the moon about a new history-making equinox. What's happening in next week's issue of the Slate? Brianne Shekels has more.
Coming up in the Slate on Tuesday, we will have feature stories on the director of the Women's Center, as well as English Professor Connolly, who is releasing a new book. Other stories include coverage on baseball moving into the bulk of its season and a follow-up on the Pride Center since its opening last semester. The staff editorial will be about political correctness affecting society's ability to have tough conversations. Be sure to pick up the next edition of The Slate in newsstands on and off campus or at theslateonline.com.
They say it's not brain surgery, but in this case, it is. SUTV's Paige Ahrensmeyer has this week's world news. Paige?
New York police say a burglary suspect was pretty easy to catch, seeing as he was stuck in a vent for a few hours. CNN's Jennifer McLogan reports.
Tax accountant Amir Hassan was working in the wee hours.
Boom.
When I saw the opening of the vent, it's like this small. And how he fit in there? Like a mouse or something?
No mouse, but a contortionist burglar able to manipulate his body, say police, to squeeze into small spaces like tiny ceiling vents, spinning tails when discovered.
He handed me the vitamin bottle, so hey, here's your vitamin bottle, and I'm working on your HVAC unit.
Hassan was suspicious. The man had just fallen through his East Patchogue office ceiling.
So I said, okay, so I shut my door back up, and then went inside and got my shotgun.
Police say suspect, 32-year-old Sean Maranzino, ran like crazy out the back door and got away. But his burgles were far from over, striking 4 more times in Suffolk, twisting and turning through roof vents, say police, until trapped in a Bayshore dental office.
The guy's hanging from the ceiling. So he was stuck there. I believe one hand was sticking out and the other hand was caught. The other arm was caught, and that's why he couldn't get through. But he took apart my air conditioning system on the roof to get in, to crawl through the vents. It was like out of a movie.
So I approached the guy and I asked him, hey, is everything okay? He said, yeah, I'm looking for a cat. I said, a cat? He's like, yeah, did the cat fall down into here?
He was looking for his cat, and the cat's name was Sparkles.
Supposedly the cat's name was Sparkles.
Yeah, and he said he was from the fire department and all that, but obviously, and then he asked for a ladder.
At least he was stuck up there. He even asked me for a ladder, but I told him I didn't have one.
They called 911. Police say the bizarre burglar is a former heating, vent, air conditioning specialist, recently unemployed.
His physical build was definitely conducive to doing this. He's a small, wiry type individual. I don't think many of us would be able to crawl through the HVAC ducts in buildings.
What was the cops' reaction?
They were laughing. They obviously knew something was wrong with him. They were even saying meow, 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 calling for the cat.
Trapped for 3 hours, the cat burglar was rescued by emergency services units and promptly arrested.
The suspect is accused of breaking into 2 vitamin stores and a vape store. There's no word yet on how he's pleading. The third and final supermoon of 2019 is upon us. Take a peek and see how it looks from Japan. Avid space photographer Dennis Duque captured these images in the city of Kobe. This phenomenon is a closing out of a trifecta of supermoons for 2019 that began in January. March's full moon also happens on the same day as the spring equinox. The last time these 2 things happened on the same day was March 1981. The growth rate of the sea ice in the Arctic is apparently shrinking. The ice usually thickens and expands during the fall and winter months. Scientists report at its peak this year, the ice grew to be 5.7 million square miles. It sounds like a lot, but that's 332,000 square miles smaller than the average growth in the past. According to NASA, this is equal to missing an area of ice larger than the state of Texas. NASA reports the max extent of ice this year matches the year 2007 as the 7th smallest on record. And finally today, our health raid. There's new technology in Greenville, North Carolina Medical Center that improves brain cancer treatment. We're taking a look at the Gamma Knife. It works by destroying cells so they don't grow, shrinking the size of brain tumors over time. It makes it easy to reach and treat a large number of tumors in a single session with minimal recovery. The chief of neurology at Vidant Medical Center says their Gamma Knife machine delivers a high dose of radiation to a very small target without making an incision or affecting healthy surrounding tissue. He says the biggest benefit is the precision, accuracy, and convenience for patients.
Go back 25 or 30 years, almost everybody with that condition had surgery. And now probably less than 10% of them have surgery, have downtime, they don't have a hospital stay, and they have the 1 day of treatment and they go back and live their life.
Another benefit to this model is that some patients use a mask placement instead of traditional frame, which screws titanium pins into one's skull. The mask requires no anesthesia and causes no pain. Some treatments take as little as 15 minutes. That's all I have for this week's World News. Back to you guys at the desk.
When we come back in entertainment, Woody, Buzz, and the gang are back.
And the Stranger Things Season 3 trailer is here.
So Avery, after the show, I'm about to travel to Virginia, where I heard it is snowing, which it's raining here, which, you know, we don't love, but at least it's not snow here, right?
Yeah, you know, it's kind of weird. We're more the northern thing. At least you'll get out of this rain. I put all this on this morning, and I was going to go to classes, and then I just heard the rain pouring, and I just went, nope. Went back in the shower, took my hair gel out, and just wore regular jeans and t-shirts.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Let's send it over to Jillian to see if this rain's gonna last.
All right, guys, all I have to say for this week is to hold on tight because the forecast is going to throw us a few curveballs. For tonight, the rain is going to continue from today and then make way for some clouds. And then on Friday, it'll stay cloudy. And please don't shoot the messenger because we also have the possibility for some flurries in the early morning. But hopefully we won't have to dwell on that for too long because our weekend is looking great and sunny and warm, especially on Sunday because temperatures are going to go up to 60. So definitely take advantage of that. Because then on Monday, temperatures are going to stay high, but unfortunately the clouds are going to block out the sun. Then finally for Wednesday, the sun's going to try and poke its head out back from the clouds and take back spring and get it back on track. So I'm not really looking forward to the weather that's on our way because it's going to be a little rainy. And like I said, Mother Nature doesn't really know what she's doing, but at least enjoy the weekend. And well, that'll be it for weather. Let's take it to Michael Smith with entertainment.
After 9 long years of waiting, the first official trailer for Disney Pixar's Toy Story 4 has finally been released. Woody, Buzz, and the rest of the gang are back and will be joined on screen by old and new characters alike. The newest member of the cast is Forky, a talking spork that is slowly coming to grips with his new life as a toy. Toy Story 4 will also see the return of Bo Peep from the original films and will go more into her story and what she has been doing since the events of the third film. The movie will see all its iconic characters reunited in a traveling carnival setting after being separated from their owner, Bonnie. Toy Story 4 is shaping up to be another exciting chapter in the Toy Story franchise and will hit theaters on June 21st. Disney has left us on the edge of our seats with the release of yet another trailer for their up-and-coming Aladdin film. News of the live-action reboot began in 2017 and captured the attention of millions. Now well into 2019, a total of 3 trailers and 2 teaser trailers have hit the web. Each showed a variety of footage from the film, and fans are now ready to see the full movie. Aladdin is set to premiere May 24th of this year. A Drake and Josh reboot is officially in the works. Drake Bell confirmed that a reboot is in talks with several different networks. Bell teased about the reboot on the red carpet at the iHeartRadio Music Awards and says the new Drake and Josh will have more adult humor in it. There is no word on Miranda Cosgrove returning as Megan, but we hope that some of the original cast members will make an appearance. Marvel Studios released their second Avengers Endgame trailer last week. The trailer started off showing the origins of the main Avengers in their original movies, then a montage of the Avengers who died in Infinity War. In the trailer, the Avengers agree to do whatever it takes to stop the Mad Titan Thanos, and each are shown in a new white Avengers uniform. For you Captain Marvel fans, you're in luck. This trailer marked the character's first appearance as an Avenger. Avengers Endgame premieres April 26th. And lastly, Stranger Things Season 3 released their first trailer. Avery Quinn has the story.
Stranger Things is back in all of its 80s horror glory. Netflix dropped the trailer for Season 3 on Wednesday, which showed all the main characters, a grotesque monster, and a shady new figure. It seems the town of Hawkins, Indiana has entered the mall age, with the trailer showing many of the characters hanging out or working at the mall. Season 3 looks like it'll give everyone their fill of horror, sci-fi, and nostalgia. For SUTV Entertainment, I'm Avery Quinn.
Stranger Things Season 3 premieres on Netflix on July 4th. And that's all we have for entertainment. Let's send it back to the desk.
When we come back in sports, Zach Zoller wins Player of the Week, and Ariel Jones reflects on this past season as the team moves forward.
Athlete of the week. The starting center fielder went 5 of 8 with 3 extra base hits, 5 RBIs, and a walk-off home run last weekend when the Raiders hosted Pitt Johnstown. The junior is excited to win this award, but even more excited just to get back on the field.
I'm just happy we won, but we have a lot of games coming up here soon, and I'm excited here for the future. It's great. I mean, you can only practice so much on your own, and after a while, you have to get back out here with your best friends. So it's been awesome so far. It's been definitely a dream come true. Looking forward, I mean, I love our pitching staff. We definitely have a Division I pitching staff that could go up against pretty much anybody. Our lineup's farther than I think anyone thought we would be. So I definitely think we're the underdog that no one thought was coming. and we're excited. Everyone's excited. I mean, definitely come out to the baseball games when it's nice out. We're going to be a fun team to watch.
Ship will begin PSAC play as they host Kutztown tomorrow at Fairchild Field. First pitch is at 1 o'clock. The Shippensburg women's basketball team missed out on the NCAA tournament this year, but for one player, it was a season full of learning and progression. Sean Rapp has more.
Sophomore Ariel Jones followed up an impressive freshman campaign with an even better second year.
Over the summer, I worked a lot on stuff that I thought that I wasn't as good at last year, just so I could be more comfortable this year.
All that work translated into 2 Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference records in free throws made and attempted, and another school record for points in a single season. After leading the nation in free throws made and attempted, shooting nearly 80% from the line just wasn't good enough for Jones.
I definitely want my free throw percentage to go up because even though I did shoot a lot of free throws, it's not the percentage that I really wanted.
Shippensburg, one of the youngest teams in the PSAC, finished 12-16, barely missing out on the playoffs. But for Jones, it's a step in the right direction.
Just knowing that we only had like 2 girls that really played last year that had experience, so for us to try to get the girls ready was just difficult, but I know that continuing the season we got a lot better and we progressed.
Being one of the oldest members on the team, Jones sees opportunities to mentor the younger players.
I don't try to overstep my role in any way, but if I can help out and I see something that maybe the coaches don't see or maybe that they don't notice themselves, I'm going to say something just to better them.
With her sophomore season in the books, Jones sees big things for the team's future.
Keep progressing and get better as a team, try to click more as a team, get closer as a team, and definitely make a run in playoffs.
Sean Rapp, SUTV Sports.
With 2 years left for Jones, this young Shippensburg squad can only improve from this season. And now, this week's Stat of the Week. This week's Stat of the Week goes to track and field head coach Dave Osanich. Osanich was named this year's Men's Track and Field Coach of the Year. In Coach O's 14th year coaching, he has been named Men's Coach of the Year 11 times, including 9 straight, and led the men to their 12th PSAC title. So Dave Osanich is this week's Stat of the Week. Tune in next week for the Stat of the Week, and as always, if you work like that, you get the stat. That's it for sports. Let's send it back to the desk.
When we come back, Cadbury has a new bunny that doubles as a man's best friend. We'll tell you more after this break.
Meet this year's Cadbury bunny. Notice anything a bit off? Don't let the ears fool you. Henry is not a bunny at all. He's an English bulldog. See, this year Cadbury did something different. The chocolate company held a contest to pick the star of its next clucking bunny commercial. Before you think that's an odd cast, a dog, think about that commercial for a second. It's a bunny that clucks like a chicken. So why not a dog? Henry's owners are thrilled with his win and becoming a part of advertising history.
What did I just watch? that was
lives
interesting.
Since the 80s. So our kids grew up with it, our kids are going to grow up with it, and Henry will be a part of it, which is an amazing dream come true.
Cadbury is giving Henry's family $5,000 and donating $10,000 more to the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. That should help with the Henry's trainee become a therapy dog after his 15 minutes of fame have expired.
How sweet.
You
That
know-
just wrapped the whole story
That was a
up.
good
We were
story.
laughing.
I was laughing. Now I'm kind of touched, actually. So I feel bad for laughing, actually.
Oh,
Kinda
well,
funny, though.
I'm just going to say, 15 minutes of fame, you get addicted to the spotlight. You might want more opportunities after this.
Who knows where he's going to go next? I mean, Pedigree,
Can only go
all
up from
those
here.
commercials.
Air Bud.
The next
Air Bud. There it is. I think you nailed it.
That's it for SUTV News. I'm Avery Quinn.
And I'm Isabella Marcelino. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at SUTV News, and check out our website, sutvnews.com.
We'll see you next time.